Yeah, I was confused because all of a sudden you stopped talking. I was assuming you're going to say you're on an island. We're back on the stream now. Yeah, okay.
I think we're live. There's
Yeah, it looks like we're live because the stream actually just stopped completely. We're back, guys. Sorry about that. Josh's modem rebooted, and not my fault. Yeah, big day. I'll take that win. Oh, wait, are we back off again?
We shouldn't be.
Hold on.
This is telling me I'm live.
Okay, no, we're good. We're good. I think it was weird. It just went back to the like thumbnail screen.
Oh, let's find out. I'm pulling it up.
Yeah, I'm refreshing just to make sure. Okay, yeah, we're on it.
I think we're on a different stream now, which makes sense.
Oh, good.
I have the old chat up, I think, or I don't know.
All right, well, sorry about that, guys. NFL football. This is what we're talking about. It's playoff football. Throw all curveballs all over the place.
Yeah, I don't know. I just looked over and all of the lights on my modem went to green, and then now they're blue again, and now we're back.
So we throughout this process, somehow we ended up on a new stream. Somebody downvoted us in the period between us going down and making a new stream.
To be fair, I mean, that's the time to do it, right?
I guess, but like it's a new stream now. It's a fresh start. It's a new year. It's a new us. New stream.
Okay.
Those people, oh fuck. I guess I don't even have the old chat, so I can't go in there and drop a link. Oh well. Fucking they'll figure it out.
Now I don't know which one's the old chat and which one's the new chat. So
I'm just in the live room, which has 50 people watching now. So we lost 400 people in the process.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm in the wrong chat, so I'm dropping it in here.
Well, hey, you people who are left with us, use the promo code AWESEMO on Yahoo while we figure this out. Give you $30 back on any sort of deposit you do over $30 there. So go check it out now. Still a ton of overlay there. Play all your kiki cutie. Also, I wanted to shout out real fast because this made me laugh. Matt in the premium Slack saying more like a QT play. I enjoy a good pun like that. Thank you.
Kiki is not with me.
I am with Kiki.
I am very. Him.
Did we see the Drake video of? I mean, I did. So like half of we did. The Drake video of him massaging a 17-year-old girl on stage and then learning she was 17 and then grabbing her boob one more time and being creepy.
No, I missed that one.
Drake apparently, and then I saw like all the Twitter replies. Drake apparently, he also like has weird texts with Millie Bobby Brown, apparently from Stranger Things, and apparently a little bit of an R. Kelly vibe to old Drake.
I don't want to give my comments on any of this.
Well, this is Kiki made me think about it, but Keller Fanning in the premium Slack asking, what do you think of playing Ryan Griffin and Vincent Smith and fading Hopkins? I think playing any other Texans receivers and fading Hopkins is an interesting idea. I think those guys are a pretty narrow margin of success, but hey, it's contrarian, so I have no problem with it. Vincent Smith?
God damn it. I think I just tweeted the old link. Certainly did.
That Jackson take was so spicy the stream died. It's true.
Delete.
Dirty old Drake, the playground pimp. Yeah, Drake. I've never been a big Drake guy, so this one doesn't affect me quite as much. I feel like I don't know. I like my rappers to be tough and muscular.
Undo, retweet, delete.
Did you guys see the Melvin Gordon Uber ride in Baltimore? Hilarious. I did not see that actually. Does that give you more reason to play Melvin Gordon or less? Chuck Mitchell.
Yeah, was he like super polite or?
Well, Melvin Gordon, just so everybody knows out there, I think we've talked about it on a stream before, Josh, but Melvin Gordon did retweet me one week where I had posted a highlight of him just busting some tackles. And I was like, it's weird that Melvin Gordon searches his name like literally the second the game ended. He tweeted his own thing. Could be a handler, I guess, too. But Melvin Gordon retweeted me, so I'm very team Melvin Gordon. And I hope he was kind to an Uber driver like he was to me. My dog is licking herself vigorously right now. I hate the noise. It's like so.
Well, that makes it a lot better when you do it in your microphone. That's very BDSM. Callback.
That is a long-term follower callback.
Yeah. Shout out to anybody that understands what I just said.
I do, and that's all that matters. Let's take a quick look at line moves, because I think we talked about it a little bit. I just want to see, checking lines at Sharp Football Analysis to see what's moved since they opened.
Still
Looks
5,000 people short of filling this 500K tournament on Yahoo. So happy.
Yeah.
I might actually win money.
Everybody get in there. Promo code Osmo. Do it now. All right. So Indianapolis up. The over-under in that game is up 1.5 points from open. Seattle, Dallas, like Josh mentioned before, up 2 points since open. Chargers, Baltimore still flat, but Baltimore lost a 0.5 point in the process, went from a 3-point favorite to a 2.5 point favorite at most of the major books. Some of them didn't move though. And Philadelphia and Chicago up a 0.5 point. But Chicago has become a favorite by 2 points. The line has swung. That's big.
Up Bears.
That man. So you got some fulls this week?
No, 0.
I have some fulls.
No big dick Nick for me.
I did the DK Live Sunday show. I mentioned this on the contrary thing yesterday, but I thought it was funny. Like, because it airs on TV, it airs on SNY, the regional sports network. So tune in, watch it tomorrow, Sunday morning, whenever it's on. I have no clue. But they call this Nick Foles Saint Nick instead of Big Nick Nick, and I'm like, that's like TV. That's why TV kills me a little, because like you just want to hear him talk like people talk. It's not like, who doesn't know Big Dick? Like, it's not. It's so juvenile.
That's silly. That's America for you. Because if this was England and Big Dick Nick played soccer for Manchester United, they'd call him Big Dick Nick on the air.
Oh yeah, he would win a World Cup, and they would have like Big Dick Nick Day, and then they would like do Big Dick Nick. They would have chants and songs. I like their songs and stuff a lot more than our American chants. They'd
probably just reappropriate like some Christmas songs, which would be great.
Yeah, there's a lot. I think overall, as in the Revolutionary War, we lost the chanting battle. Our chants are not as good as British chants. The traitor at Kawhi Leonard was pretty good.
I'm not. We can't get into that. I'm aggravated by the fans.
Oh, I agree. There is certainly a bit of whatever we need to go with, but I'll say a little bit of white male privilege with how professional athletes handle their personal business.
Yes.
But that's just me. It's just me. Go with some weird spots. So no Foles for you. Any of the Eagles pieces at all? If no Foles,
a small amount of Alshon Jeffrey, a small amount of Sproles, and then a lot of Ertz, which should be like the least shocking thing anyone says.
So
I mean, I don't love Ertz, but like,
yeah,
he's a different kind of tight end.
He is the one guy who has like really, I mean, Ebron has had some big games. Ebron's targets over the last month have kind of gone back down to, I think Luck has started to spread the ball a little more, where it's not that concentrated tight end usage where, it was earlier in the year with Doyle and Ebron, and you just plug in Ebron if Doyle's out and vice versa. So Ertz definitely has the highest kind of, I think, potential there. I'm fading him mostly this week though, because the price doesn't work for me. And I think they may just like square a lot of attention on him. And I think actually could have opened up Dallas Goedert a little bit more in their 2 tight end sets. So I'm off Ertz, and I feel like I could regret that, because he's also coming off a down game, and he always has monster games coming off of a down game.
Yeah, one 4-catch game against the Redskins, and then or 4-target game against the Redskins, just after the old 16-target game against the Texans. So
he is the ultimate regressing to the mean guy. I feel like whenever he has a bad game, then he comes back with like a monster one. So that scares me a little bit, but I think the Bears defense is smart and good enough where they're going to cover him. They're going to double team him. They're going to find creative ways to get there. And I think Goddard's going to get the opportunities as a result, because like, who are you going to cover? Ertz or Jeffrey or Dallas Goedert? And I think Goddard can actually do some damage to him, but
giving up the 5th most targets against tight ends this year, the Bears.
Interesting. They don't on DVOA. They don't grade out too well, but they don't grade out well. Like every position they limit according to DVOA on Football Outsiders.
Right.
Fucking Bears. Bears might just run through them.
I hope they do. I have a ton of Bears.
I don't like the Eagles. Again, I'm a Cowboys fan. I'm predisposed to not liking them.
I think everyone is that doesn't live in southeastern Pennsylvania.
Also true.
They're not a likable bunch.
They get real mad if you don't like their Philly teams. They take that personally.
Yeah, I mean, just go walk around like downtown Philadelphia whenever. They're just mad always. Not a happy, but not a jovial bunch. Maybe the Eagles Super Bowl made it a little better, but generally in the times that I've spent in Philadelphia, and I've spent a lot, most people are just always angry.
I do think they lose a lot of themselves to their teams. Like they care about it like a skosh too much. I feel the same thing about Boston, but I'm a New Yorker, so like that's where I was born and raised. So I feel like we always all those cities kind of judge each other.
Taking Katie to Philly and just like walking around the streets, it was that exact like Southern moment where she's like bouncing around like, oh, all the tall buildings, and then all of a sudden it was just like, fuck you, and it's just like, I'm home. Just dirty cars driving by, terrible breathing air, it's cold as shit. Love it. I love the Northeast.
I'll personally never forget when because I was like a young, impressionable kid at this point, but like when Michael Irvin, like they thought might have been paralyzed, or at least he got stretchered out, and they cheered uproariously.
We've talked about this. I was at that game.
But that's right. We have talked about it, but I feel like it's worth bringing back because we are talking Philly fans. Boy, like that was traumatic to me, and like I will never forget it. I
was like a 11-year-old child at that game.
Were you cheering too?
I wasn't cheering, but I mean, my dad is decked out head to toe in Cowboys gear at the time. It wasn't great for us.
Yeah, no, that's a tough one for a little kid to see. Like it would very much confuse me if you're like, why are they cheering for that man being dead?
That's just like, we need to watch the game from somewhere else.
What are we doing on the Chicago side? Tariq Cohen is a play that people are talking about, that we currently have Tariq Cohen projected for a little bit less ownership than Jordan Howard, who is a guy that I like a little more, but I feel like, it's negligible. It's a 0.8% difference in our projections on Osmo.com right now. But I'm a little worried I don't have enough Cohen and have too much Howard.
I have more Cohen than Howard, but I have a little bit of both. And then I have Allen Robinson. I have Taylor Gabriel. I have Trey Burton. I have Trubisky. I'm all on the Bears. Bears.
Yeah. I like the Bears. I think I pivoted a little away from Gabriel. I think it might be more of a running back spot. Didn't get to Trey Burton a lot, even though there's revenge narrative, blah blah blah. I don't really care that much about that in football, but
no, certainly not for Trey Burton either.
No, yeah, not
if the quarterback has some revenge narrative, you can talk me into it. Maybe like a primary running back, but no, there's no such thing as revenge narratives for the tight end.
He might block a little harder.
Yeah, like you got to get open, got to get the ball.
Yeah, they have used Trey Burton in creative ways in tough spots before. So that's one thing that gives me, like that Patriots game, they really broke him out big. And that kind of intrigues me a little bit with them, where maybe they'll be like, all right, well, we've kept Trey Burton in the garage all year. Now it's time to actually show what he can do. And I think that interests me a little bit at under 10% ownership, but I didn't get there much. I think I might have like one or two lineups out of 40 or whatever.
I wish that I didn't have so much Bears with it being the last game, because if BDN comes out and throws for like 2 touchdowns in the first 2 possessions, I'm going to be a real sad person watching all of my lineups that aren't in the money stay out of the money.
Yeah, that's one thing which I feel like I heard, you might have been on one of our shows or somewhere else, but where they were like, yeah, like if you load up on these Saturday games, you're just going to watch your money go down the entire time. And it's not the best feeling.
I mean, it's not totally true in that it all depends on what you have. Like, clearly someone's going to be in first that isn't going to hold that because they're going to have all of their players from those 2 games. But if you can get like just enough pieces to be in the money and get the right stuff out of Indy and Seattle, then you're coming into Sunday like, all right, I'm primed. I know what I need to watch for. That's sort of where I'm at right now. I'm hoping that the pieces that I have of Indy, Houston, Seattle, and Dallas are solid, so that tomorrow I can be like, all right, I know the names that I need to see pop up on DK Live.
Who are DK Live, by the way, I actually turn my phone upside down during games because DK Live is always like, I feel like a little bit ahead of whatever feed I'm watching.
Oh, I love it. I prefer it. I mean, it's usually ahead of whatever bootleg Red Zone stream I'm using.
Yeah, that's my issue, is that I'm using whatever one on r/NFL streams. And then it's like, well, I don't want a spoiler. Like, I don't want to spoil my touchdowns. I want to experience the joy.
Yeah. Normally it's just sadness for me. So then I don't mind all that much. It's like, oh, cool, another touchdown by a guy I don't have.
So I'm looking at the ownership for the FanDuel Saturday only slate. I feel like we should just do one quick little turnaround here on the FanDuel Saturday only people. Ezekiel Elliott projected for 83% ownership, highest owned guy, What are you doing with that if you're playing Saturday? I feel like on Saturday only, you just have to play him and just whatever.
I mean, he's the clear best option out of anything. What's the ownership for Saturday only on Watson and Hopkins?
Hopkins 54%. Watson is 24%.
Really?
Yep.
What are the four quarterbacks?
Luck is the chalk quarterback. I just sorted the wrong way. Luck is the chalk quarterback at 35%. Watson 24%. Wilson 21%. Dak 20.5.
Wow. I would want to have a lot more Watson in that scenario.
Yeah, the home thing. A lot of the Ringer podcasts have been really talking about this week about the NFL home field advantage in the playoffs being more noteworthy over the last 6 years than people have realized. It does make me worry a little bit that I don't have enough Watson.
I'm not hyper worried about the home crowd in Indianapolis, or rather in Houston. I'm also not worried about the home crowd in. Actually, I'm only not worried about the one in Houston. Dallas, Baltimore, and Chicago, I think, can be legitimate. Houston, I don't give a shit about their home crowd.
I think you're undershooting Texans a little bit. I think it's more just like that, the playoff matchups at home. I don't know that it's that there's a real advantage because of the crowd's participation or whatever.
But
just
Texans.
That there's something.
They're not like a real team. Like Dallas and Chicago, obviously fan bases built over decades upon decades.
It's Texas though. Texas football, it doesn't matter.
I don't think Houston, the Houston Texans fit for Texas football the way the Cowboys do.
No, that's not a fair comparison though. But I feel like, the same people who are weird about the Spurs, I feel like would be super into the Texans for the same reasons. They just love sports. And getting angry about sports.
I don't think anybody gives a shit about Houston.
Fair.
Sorry, Houston.
Yeah, really. Put that on Twitter and see the reaction you get. I bet you'll have people who search Houston Texans and then just get really mean and insult you and your family.
I mean, they've had no football success ever.
Are we forgetting the David Carr era?
They're trying to.
Getting sacked more than everybody. That poor guy. Nasty J in the YouTube chat asking, is a Carson Seattle D stack a bad idea to leverage in tournaments against ridiculous Zeke ownership?
No, not at all.
Yeah, no, I think that's actually a pretty savvy one. I wouldn't necessarily force Carson in there. We've talked about it. There isn't as strong of a running back defense correlation as I think the fantasy football community of 2 years ago thought. But I think Carson's a fine play. And the defense is interesting because Dak will get sacked and Dak can certainly turn it over. But,
Yeah. Again, the line is 2.5. There's a very, very likely scenario that Carson has a great game. Seattle defense plays well.
I also think, honestly, you could probably even play Zeke in there. If you had enough money and you're just well, what am I going to spend it on? I think that's a perfectly viable way to fade Zeke, but I think you could probably play the Seattle D with Zeke just because that would be contrarian. And Zeke could get a bunch of yards and hit value without them getting a lot of defensive touchdowns, or a lot of touchdowns rather, that would hurt the defense.
He's so expensive on Yahoo.
What is he relative to the other guys?
Zeke is $38. Next closest is Melvin Gordon at $33. But the real jump drops down to Chris Carson at $25. He is on an island. He's $4 more than DeAndre Hopkins. No one else in the 30s at wide receiver. He's so crazily expensive. He's more expensive than he's ever been.
It feels well deserved. This is a really good matchup on paper, at least versus Seattle. They're giving up the most rushing yards on the slate, 4.9 yards per rush. Zeke obviously has the passing game involvement. Seattle also giving up the most yards on the slate overall, besides Philadelphia. So I guess at least the most yards on the Saturday slate. Let's say that. I think Zeke's one guy. I'm not afraid to trust him at volume, but I think just from a tournament perspective, getting away from him and maybe loading up on the guys on DK, at least with that 6K tier, that could be an approach that works.
What did I get tagged in?
Imagine thinking the Cowboys are going to win. That's what Las Vegas thinks, and I tend to trust them. Gerald Nlah. Nlah or not? Yeah, no, Nlah? What the fuck kind of name is that, man? Imagine thinking I said that. Yeah. Good job, Gerald. Checking the premium Slack now. Nothing on the premium Slack. Good. All right. Drop any questions you guys have. If you want to do some either ors on YouTube, put them in there. We'll do them because we care. You have any Vincent Smith, by the way, on the Texans?
Nope. 0.
Any Ryan Griffin?
Nope.
Okay. Is Hopkins the only pass catcher you have?
From Houston?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's poke at that. So you think Watson's a really good play, you'd load up on him, but you only went with Hopkins. Like, wouldn't you think that maybe he needs one more guy to have an outlier day?
I don't have any Deshaun Watson in my lineups. I was talking about the Saturday only slate.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. All right, fair enough.
I don't have any Deshaun Watson on Yahoo today.
Wow. Is he the highest priced guy on Yahoo too?
Yes, he's 36. Well, he's 36. Russell Wilson's 36. Luck is 35. Dak is 30. Yeah.
Yeah. I think Watson, I think a Watson, Hopkins, either Griffin or QT stack would be the one that intrigues me the most. I think that there's more there on that. I don't know. Home QB who likes to sling it. Watson not getting enough love.
No, for me, just too expensive on Yahoo. Certainly a different sort of play if you're playing the FanDuel Saturday slate.
If you were going to fade one game entirely obviously not out of the Saturday slate, that might be a little tough. But out of the overall 4 games, which game would you just no rostering anybody?
It's none of them. Let's see. What do I have the least of? I probably have the least amount of Chargers of any team.
Yeah, I think.
Well, or Philly. I can't imagine just writing off a game completely.
I think you could. So I think from a game theory perspective, you could write off the the Texans Colts game and hope for that one just getting sideways and being weird and then putting up 20 points combined. Which, it's a world of infinite possibilities. That's certainly not completely out of the question here. So I think that would be the one I would favor from a game theory perspective. But I think the Chargers game would be the one where I feel like you could take nobody out of that game and you're probably fine because there's just so many other guys you can go to. Like, do you really need to force in, Keenan Allen? I like Keenan Allen, but I don't think you need to force him in, or even Lamar. Obviously, I'm pretty okay not having him.
I'm not.
You're team Lamar. You are team worst Josh Allen.
Come on now.
Honestly, the Ravens would be a Super Bowl team if they had Josh
Allen. Ew.
It's true.
They're the favorites in their first round playoff game.
Only
what can he do?
He could make the Super Bowl like Josh Allen would.
Good God. Let's make Josh Allen make the playoffs once, and then we'll see.
Hey, if you gave him the Ravens supporting cast, Josh Allen would have been. I'll tell you would have had some big days, John Brown.
Probably not.
No, he would have. He would have 2 catch 150-yard days, and Josh Allen would still have a 40% completion rate. But
Team Lamar.
Take a stand. Okay, either Hopkins or Ty, but pick one. Who would you pick out of Hopkins and Ty?
Hilton.
The ankle worries me a little bit about Hilton. Evan Silva on the show yesterday said that his Dr. Feelgood of his Dr. Chow, who is a football analyst on Twitter who breaks down all the sports injuries, he was saying that he doesn't think T.Y. Hilton's as banged up as it seems, and that they're kind of misleading people in the hopes of T.Y. kind of going under the radar in their prep, which intrigues me a little bit. But I think I'm worried enough about that ankle where I'd rather go to Hopkins and just trust that he's going to get 10 to 12 targets and do something with him.
T.O. played the Super Bowl with a bolted on foot. They'll figure it out, man. Painkillers have come a long way since T.O. was on the Eagles.
T.O. is he tougher? He might be a little tougher. T.Y. is small though. I don't want to undercount his toughness, but I feel like T.Y. goes out with injuries. Terrell Owens was not going to go out. He's too much of an egomaniac where he wasn't going to miss that game.
I don't know. Team TY today.
Yeah. Gallup or QT? This one's easy for me, QT, but any Gallup interest?
No, I'd rather have neither of those guys.
You fuck.
I'm just being honest. I'm not gonna give advice that I'm not taking.
When QT has like 10 catches for 80 yards today and a score, you'll rue the day, my friend.
Yeah, I will. I'll be really bummed I don't have him.
He's a real QT, huh?
Yeah.
Seahawks play more zone. Cos Money is saying, yes, that's one thing, by the way, we talked about on the contrary, which Evan did clear up on Twitter. The Seahawks do play some man. They play about 40% man, but the rest of the time they play zone at a rate that's higher than the rest of the league. So there is some man coverage mixed in, but they do both. For anybody for the one person out there who was wondering that.
God damn, Bismack Biyombo starting today.
I don't think I'm going to play NBA today, but that could be pretty tasty. Why not Willie?
I don't know. I mean, you and I are on the same show, man. I just popped up now. The tweet came out 5 seconds ago.
Okay, you're fair. I like
Jesus Christ. Do you think I was just reacting to Bismack Biyombo starting news from like 6 hours ago?
No, I just thought maybe there was like a double tweet where they're like, "Oh, like Willie Hernan Gomez, like hurt his knee."
Just in case Chris wants to know, here's the answer. Fucking know,
they
man.
should tell me that. I would be upset if
Lazy
I were Willie.
Tweeters.
Fucking Willie, man. He was having a good day that other start, and they just got blown out, and that was it.
Ooh, Al Horford eating a bunch of sushi. I'd like to join him.
Ooh, sushi sounds nice.
Yeah, maybe I'll get some sushi. So we're not going out to the bar until the Cowboys game, which is fucking 8 o'clock. So at some point in time, I'm going to need to eat. I think I'm going to have to order some sushi. Hey, I can chew again. Big news. I can chew on my left side.
Oh, congratulations. Yeah, Josh, your dental surgery, I'm sure, came out great. Your teeth looking fantastic.
No dental surgery whatsoever. Lots of painkillers and what's that other word for making bad shit go away? Antibiotics. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah, lots of antibiotics.
I was gonna say, I'll just say it anyway. I guess I could have gotten out of it, but within the last 24 hours, I've only eaten RX bars because I went out yesterday and didn't have time to get dinner. And then I actually tweeted about it where I was gonna order food on the Uber back and try to time it out so I would get home at the time that the food would come. And I just couldn't pick food.
I get it.
And I was like, it's 11 o'clock. I'm just gonna go to bed. And now I'm just hungry. I went to the gym this morning. I'm starving right now.
I asked my wife this question when I dropped her off at the airport today. I was thinking like, oh, these antibiotics seem to be working. The swelling in my face is going down a little bit. It doesn't hurt as much, and I can, touch my tooth, and it doesn't make me want to lose my mind. Where does that stuff go when the antibiotics get to the problem area and they gobble up all the bad gook? Do I just poop that out?
Yeah, I think it's just like the antibiotic part goes and like attacks the other stuff. And then it mixes in with your cells, and then you just kind of probably have nothing left at that point.
So basically, it's like if you're trying to make a roux, the antibiotics are the flour that you put in the fat. You mix it all together, and then it just becomes like one big blob, and then bloop. Somebody's saying kidneys. Okay, that's not good. If it goes to my kidneys.
Oh, yeah.
That's
right.
bad.
Well, everything goes to your kidneys, though, because that's filtering all the stuff.
Yeah, but I have really bad filtration then.
Well, like the hope is that you're not taking a ton of antibiotics so they don't get clogged up.
Yeah.
But then they filter it. It comes out through your pee. Then it's like you're peeing out minerals and stuff and antibiotics.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I got bad kidneys, so that doesn't help.
Yeah, I don't know the state of my kidney. My dog had to get kidney surgery, so I hope that's not transmittable. She had to get a stent put in her.
I'll have that at some point in time in my life. My old
Mike
man had a kidney transplant.
Wait, what?
My old man had a kidney transplant.
Oh, not you did. Okay.
No, but I mean, I have the same thing he did, so I'm just hoping modern medicine slows that shit down.
Yeah, that's how I feel about most things.
Yeah, that's how I felt about it all my entire life.
I suck at gaming. You're not real. It doesn't matter.
This guy knows, man, and this guy knows.
I was out last night at a bar, and the conversation at one point turned to how I don't believe in reality, and now I think we're just in a simulation. And I don't think the girl I was talking to was ready for that.
I went down that rabbit hole Friday during during our basketball show with Adam, and it didn't go well for me. Started talking about space and shit and how I didn't think anything was really real out there. We went there. This was at like 10 o'clock in the morning.
This is what we need to save for our midday show.
Yeah.
I could talk about this at length.
Water. Jesus. All right, let's hit up a couple questions before we lock. We got 9 minutes.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. Melvin Gordon and Hilton for our boy Edgar in the YouTube chat.
You got to say it again. Something about Edgar.
Edgar asking Melvin Gordon or T.Y. Hilton?
Hilton.
Contrarian Hilton. Contrarian Gordon, rather. But Hilton if you just want to play with the field. That's fine.
Yeah, I've had a lot of trouble getting to Gordon.
Any Cole Beasley thoughts at all?
I don't have any.
I do not have any either, but he does pop up on Fantasy Cruncher. Fantasy Cruncher, the playoff crunches were a little weird. We like Fantasy Cruncher. They're a partner of ours. They do a great job. Sometimes the projections, I'm like, why? And they were really giving me a lot of Beasley and Allen Hurns for some reason. And that was not my projection. I don't have NFL projections. I just use theirs.
I don't have any of those two guys.
Yeah. Can we fade Hopkins and GPPs?
Yes.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. And I am at parts, but I'm still would be inclined to get close to the field with him. I wouldn't 100% fade him because he can easily have an outlier day. Should we fade Zeke?
Sure.
Look, victory goes to the brave. So I will say that. And I played enough showdown slates, including one where Zeke faltered, and that was the move, even though he was like 80% owned. I obviously was doing those videos all year, so I followed them all pretty closely. I think there is a lot of logic to fading Zeke with how high his ownership is. And if he does falter for any reason, he could get hurt. He could whatever. He could just, they score with Amari Cooper. They score with other guys. Like Jarwin punches one in instead of Zeke getting a handoff. There's a million ways it can go where he gets you 18 to 20 points and then you're not all the way there. And, there's a logic to it, but it's risky. I'm playing tiers, Wilson or Dak.
Shit. God, that's tough. I don't have either guy, so probably Dak. I don't really have a preference for either guy. I don't.
It would be Wilson for me. I think Wilson and Baldwin are a very underrated stack on this slate.
Yeah. I guess that's probably a better way for me to look at it. I guess I probably do like Wilson because I like more of Wilson's weapons than I do Dallas's weapons outside of Zeke. And I don't think that's terribly beneficial for Dak.
One thing to note, though, Cooper's home road splits for Dallas are pretty noteworthy. Oh, Keller Fanning wants our 100-yard picks. I guess we weren't going to do it. We don't need to count this on the record. Josh won the regular season, by the way.
We certainly don't need to count this on the record.
I'll take the loss here. Josh won in the regular season by, I think, 1 or maybe 2. I don't remember.
Wins or wins.
But, wins a win. It was, better than you did during the home run picks. We can all say that.
Oh, I'm not getting involved. I even gave you an extra week to try to catch up in the NFL.
You did. Well, your pick would have counted with EMAC. Unfortunately, EMAC did not come through for you with Corey Davis.
Wouldn't have.
It definitely would have. Ezekiel Elliott would be my 100-yard pick. I just don't see any way he doesn't get there.
Ooh, that's fantastic. I like you taking him. Both because I can see him not getting there and still having a big game. You like the Cowboys, so I can get a lot of satisfaction out of you being wrong.
But your dad does too. Your dad and I will both be sad.
I've never cheered for my dad in a sporting event in my entire life.
Oh, well,
I'll text
maybe your dad can adopt me, and then we.
Do you want the most exciting part of this? Not that this is like a real thing, but it is in practice. My mom is also a Seahawks fan.
Interesting.
So a house divided tonight. He might hit her.
Your team is not at all involved, so that's good.
Nor will they be anytime soon. Let's see. If I need to take a wide receiver, who do I want to take to be happy about it? I'm not comfortable. I guess it's got to be T.Y. Hilton, but I'm not really stoked about it. So give me T.Y.
All right, T.Y. There we go. So load up on your T.Y. and Zeke, and then go to the pay window with your contrarian 100-yard picks that you can only get at awesomemo.com.
There it is.
How high are you on Chris Carson? I'm more high on life, but I think I actually forced more Chris Carson than I thought I would. He was my pick for fade of the week on the contrary. And I kind of, as I was making lineups, I thought more about it. I think he's going to see the volume in a way you can trust, where Jordan Howard things could break towards Tariq Cohen. So I have a little more than I thought, but I think I'm with the field, maybe a little underneath it.
I'm over the field on Carson.
If you give me a prop bet, I feel like he's the guy who scores the first touchdown in that game.
I mean, I'd be real happy about that. We could probably do that if you want.
You want to do it? No, that's not what I'm confident enough in. I feel like sometimes I like to envision and visualize the things that are going to occur. And to me, what I imagine is Chris Carson punching it in from the 1 yard line, like within their first drive, and then me being like, "Are you fucking serious?"
I'm trying to see if I could find that prop anywhere.
It's got to be on like Bovada or something. I feel like that.
I'm on 5 dimes right now.
I prefer 10 dimes. I'm a triple double guy.
Dropping dimes. Well, he's 50-50 to score a TD. So.
Oh, I would definitely take him scoring a TD, but there's a risk though. He doesn't catch passes and he's pretty highly priced. So I think even if he does score a TD, it's not necessarily a lock that he's going to have a monster day. But he's at a tough price on DK. Joey Diaz asking tight end of the week. Who would be, if you had to pick one tight end here, who would be the one that you would want to give to old Joe?
If this is actually Joey Diaz, like Joey Coco Diaz, Joey, I will give you a free membership to Osmo just so that you and I can have a conversation, cocksucker. Tight end of the week. I mean, for me, it's Ertz, but I'm only playing Ertz, Ebron, and Burton. So one of those three. If Ertz isn't your bag.
My highest owned guy is Ebron, but I think Goddard is a adorable. I won't say cute, an adorable little tight end play. Well, Mr. Dallas Goddard. All Dallases on both days. They're going to all come up big.
Yahoo tournament right now with 2 minutes to go. I clicked on it. Now it's 21,155 entries out of 25,000. So it's going to overlay, and there's no rake to start. Thank you, Yahoo.
Yahoo, very supportive of the fantasy community right now. Check them out with promo code Osmo. Might not be able to get in there right now to make a tournament, but they have some for tomorrow as well, I'm sure.
All this money they're giving away. They better have that 100K for me in my account tomorrow.
They got acquired by whatever company and then turned into another company name. So they're probably just rolling in it and all that new startup money.
All that fake money.
All that fake money that doesn't have revenue attached to it. Chill Fate, what does overlay mean? Overlay means that they're not taking in any money for the tournament and, in fact, giving money away.
Yeah. The prize pool is bigger than the amount of entry fees taken in.
What are you sipping, Spags? I am sipping a 90-minute Imperial IPA from Old Dogfish. So it is so it's Saturday. It's Saturday in the midday. I got to get some calories in me after not eating anything besides RX bars.
I only had roasted red pepper soup for like 2 days because I couldn't chew.
Ooh, that's very healthy though. Soup diet's very in vogue.
That's what I did. It was a dietary constraint for me. I was really trying to shed the LBs in the new year.
Does Jarwin repeat last week's performance? No chance, but he's not a bad play.
I hope not, and he's really not a good play.
I think he's a perfectly cromulent play.
I don't even know that word.
It's from The Simpsons. Cromulent. It was like one of those fake words that means whatever.
I don't know.
Last question: Kiki, Rogers, or Miller as one-offs on Yahoo?
I don't have any of those guys.
Kiki. Kiki.
All three of those guys I don't have.
Yeah, I mostly have Kiki, and I have a little bit of Rogers, but Kiki's my dude. And
we are locked.
We are locked. All right. Hey, playoff football is now at our fingertips. So thank you guys for joining us. I know it's a weird time. People have better things to do on a Saturday afternoon, like actually go to a bar and enjoy themselves watching this. So we do appreciate you guys coming and joining us. Use that promo code live before lock if you want to get access to all the premium features on Osmo.com. Of course, they're still there. They're going to be there for the Sunday slates as well. A lot of ownership projections, and the Sunday slates will probably help you out a lot because those Sunday slates are going to be real tough to navigate there. So go check them out. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. Y'all are the GOAT. I'm with a different DFS website. I'll be switching to you guys. Thanks, Kyle. Use that promo code live before lock when you do.
Yeah,
that'll give you 7 days free.
50% T.Y. Hilton in this Yahoo contest has me less than happy.
Ooh, A lot of people be celebrating your 100-yard pick.
Yeah. I'm slightly over the field, but I liked it a lot more when I thought that I would be way above the field. Really? That was a creepy ass laugh.
It was. It was. I can't deny that. That was a
super creepy laugh.
On that note, thank you guys for watching. I guess go T.Y. Hilton for Josh's sake. I don't know. I'm definitely under the field on T.Y. though, so maybe not. But we appreciate each and every one of you for watching, and we'll see you again soon. Good luck.
Later, people.